Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. I'm going to bribe Fred in just a second. But first, I wanted to thank you for joining me for today's core and stretch class. We're going to have a great time, I hope. Oh my gosh, all the pets are mutiny. You've got a couple minutes till you get started. If you read through the description, awesome. You will know. There you go. Are you being nice? No, you wasted a good peanut just now. That's uncool. That was uncool, Fred. You need two weights if you got them. I'm gonna keep it a little light today. Got two 5-pound weights. We're gonna use the weights for a circuit where we're laying down on our back, and we just have those weights stretched up on top of us. So we're just gonna work the upper body a little bit more. And I will be encouraging you to also use them for some lat pullover sit-ups that we're going to do. So if you only have one somewhat heavier weight, that's a great option for you to bring as well, because you can do all the same moves, just holding on to the two heads of one dumbbell. We're gonna get started standing. You got a couple minutes. I'm just gonna come over here and mess around with the interwebs a little bit, make sure that you can see class today. Also, I did take the dog out right before class, so just putting that out there. Oh, good. Oh, good. Of course, things look like they're working well today, and that's great. I do want to apologize again for anyone who is looking for that awesome, fresh, brand new class on Monday. But the great news is I'll be able to bring you that same class this coming Monday, and it was a banger. It was a banger. Where did I put today's class? It's over here. So we got one more minute till we get started. We don't have any actual water breaks for class today, but as always, I encourage you to have some water nearby. I'll go grab some myself, and then we can begin. Yeah, I'm gonna drink water out of a wine glass. Ow. I hope everyone's starting to feel ready for the new year. I know I've been taking this past week and talking with friends. Oh my God, I just realized I sound like such a doofus. But to talk about like what our goals are for the new year. So not just fitness goals. I hope that you're thinking about all the ways that you can just have a more fulfilling, better year. I know I need to like make some doctor's appointments, take care of myself, and keep up with all of the great fitness that we've been doing. I'm so excited that we're still going to be bringing you lots of live classes from home in 2022. So whether you're new or you've been with us the whole time that we started streaming, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and start by relaxing. Really plant your feet down firmly to the floor. Take a slight bending your knees. Make sure that you're not locking those kneecaps out here. I'll turn to the side. So there's a slight bend in my knees. You can see it. I'm not locking those kneecaps out. I'm relaxing through the glutes. Take a moment. Notice if you still have that computer hunch in your upper body. Roll those shoulders down and back. Find some length through the crown of your head, but you still got that gentle bend to your knees. Arms can either be relaxed down by your side or maybe a little extra opening by turning your hands palms forward to the front of the room. We'll just take a couple deep, slow breaths right here. Come into your intention, just what you're hoping to get out of today's practice. Maybe you're just here to get some movement. Maybe you're here to focus on your deep, relaxing breaths or to help push aside any tension or stress that you're feeling about the work day, week, year, any of that jazz. All totally awesome reasons to be with me today. All right, we'll just go for a couple big movements. But first, you know what I think sounds really good? Let's take a moment, press all the way up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, bring your heels down, and then work to lift your toes up off of the mat. Start down with our feet. So pressing all the way up, trying not to turn out towards just your baby toes, really onto those big toes. And then exhaling down, whole foot is flat on the floor, and then a little bit more weight in your heels as you work to lift up the toes and balls of the feet. Let's get 2 more times in each direction. I'm hearing some crunching and some cracking as we wake up our ankles. We'll do one more time. It's okay if you hear any sort of crunching and cracking as long as it does not hurt. All right, take a moment, shake it out. That felt good. Let's actually transfer the weight to one foot. Ooh, so much cracking. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction and make some circles with your ankle in the other. Point your toe. Oh, flex your toe. Awesome. And then plant that foot back down. And then other side. Make some circles. Change directions. Point and flex. Ugh. Did you notice that one side felt a little bit better than the other? Usually my left ankle is the talkative one, but today it really seemed to be the right. All right, so feet are planted either hips width distance apart or side by side. From here, bend those knees, inhale your arms all the way up, and exhale, just relax and release your arms down by your side. 2 more times just with those big breaths. Inhale up, exhale, relax and release down. One more time. Inhale up. Keep your arms up there this time. And I want you to release your shoulders away from your ears. So normally when you bring your arms up, your shoulders raise too. So finding that lift of the chest, that draw in of the belly as you squeeze your shoulder blades together and seat them down your back. From here, drop your right arm down. Reach over left side of the body. Does that make sense? Sorry, right arm down and reach to the right side. Jessica, I'm going to be honest with you. All right, so you're just taking a little side twist, side to side. So depending on when and where you're watching this video, it either looks like we're moving in the same direction. I think on Facebook it looks the same, and then on YouTube it like flips the image over. So for a while, stretch those fingers up. Exhale, bring your hands down. I would try to say what I thought that you were going to see, and then I got so confused between right and left all the time. So as long as you're doing the same thing for one side of the body as the other, that's all that really matters. All right, so next up, we're gonna do one of my favorite little balance related warm up moves. I like forgot about it until this week. So we're gonna take a little tap of our ankle, a little forward fold, and then a little knee drive to lift the knee. So let me show you one first. I got my left leg planted on the floor. I'm staying steady. I'm really lifting through the crown of my head. My chest is still lifted and that core is drawn in for balance. Eyes are focused forward as one leg draws up and you tap outside of the knee. Or maybe your knee drives up so high you can tap the outside or closer to your ankle. Then we're going to send that leg behind us, take a nice little forward hinge, and either tap the inside of the other knee, or if you're feeling real flexible, tapping the inside of the ankle and then drawing it back up. So go ahead, join me. We're going to get 3 on each side. So tapping the outside of your knee, somewhere down through that chin, and then belly pulled in, hinging forward, still squeezing shoulder blades together. Shoulders are away from the ears. Tap the inside of your other knee or challenge yourself to tap that ankle. Was that just number 1? I think so. All right, so we got 2 more. If you need to, you can always put your foot down between the tapping of the ankle and the knee. So really work to get them both. And then if you need to put your foot down for a second and rebalance, that's cool. We got our last one right here outside of the ankle or knee, hinging forward, tapping outside of the ankle or knee. All right, go ahead, lift it up, draw that knee up one more time with that knee still lifted. Let's go ahead and open it to the side. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, release it down. Shake that other leg out. That was some good work. How'd you do? I bet you did your best. I think you looked great. Whew. Go ahead, once again, find that mountain pose that we started with. So feet are still just about hips width distance apart. There's that gentle bend in your knee, a little engagement through the glutes. There's just that gentle squeeze so you don't have any sort of duck butt. Finding that length as we can here. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So draw that opposite leg up. You're going to tap with that same hand as the leg drew up, either the outside of the knee or maybe you can tap towards the ankle. But did you notice that I did my best to keep that chest up? So I didn't round all the way down here to tap the outside of the knee. Still lifted, tapping the outside of the knee. So nice long straight spine. Keeping that long straight spine as you tap the inside of the other knee, or maybe you're bodacious and touch the floor. So we're going to get a total of 3, tapping the outside of the ankle or knee, finding as large of a range of motion as you can. Still working to keep that back engaged, shoulders down and away from your ears. You're getting 3 in. And then we're going to meet together at the top. One last knee drive. Nice and parallel to the floor. Open it up towards the side. Inhale it back through to center. Exhale, release it down. Shake it out. Let's take those big breaths. Let's really release through those shoulders and upper bodies once more. So bend your knees. Inhale, reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms come down. Again, bend your knees. Inhale up. Maybe you look up with your hands, with your eyes. Exhale, chin comes neutral to your chest. One more time, bend your knees. Inhale up. Keep your arms up this time. Find those nice deep lateral bends side to side. Go ahead, get 2 on each side. Whatever pace works for you. I know I like to move a little slow. I really like to match my movements with my breath. I've been doing this for a little while, so I'm pretty good, not to brag, at slowing my breath down. But if your breath isn't quite as slow as me and you need to move a little bit faster, that is awesome, as long as you're just here and we're moving. All right, so now we're going to sort of turn that into a different flow. So I want you to make sure that you've got some space behind you to take a nice big standing split. It's coming. And you've got some space in front of you because we're still going to get the knee drives and we're going to get some more forward hinges, placing our hands down on the floor. All right, I'll start with this outside leg so you can see a little bit better what's happening. So feet are once again planted on the mat, lifting that chest up, drawing that core in. We're going to draw our knee up. Then we've got this big hip opener, like the last thing we practiced. As we come into the hip opener, I'm bringing my arms up overhead. My leg draws all the way back. We're going to come into warrior 3 or half moon. And then let's bring hands to feet. So hands come on down towards the feet. You can take a generous bend of your leg. And with that inhale, send your leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can even bring your forehead a little closer towards your knee in a standing split. Then we're going to come back through warrior 3. And then inhale, lift up, knee drive. Exhale, place that foot down. If that was a little too hard for you, try the same thing on the other side. Get rid of the hands altogether, maybe hands at your waist or hands right here at heart center. It's going to make the balance a little bit easier. All right, so I'll do it with hands at heart center, so you're still really keeping that chest lifted as opposed to a little extra open with the hips. All right, so balancing on one leg, we're going to get that knee drive. Then we're going to open that hip up towards the side and then hinge forward, coming into your warrior 3. Now, I'm a lot tighter on this side, so it's harder to get the chest down parallel to the floor. But as long as you're in the straightest line that you can be, I'd rather you be in warrior 3 right here with a nice straight line so that you are still like a cursive or fun T, like tabletop, instead of being a broken umbrella with a lot of rounding in your back. So find that long line that you can wherever your leg is, and then reach your fingers down to the floor. We're going to exhale. You can bend your knee as much as you need to place your hands on the floor, and then inhale, lift that leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release it back down, come into your version of Warrior Three, and then inhale, find that knee drive. Exhale, both feet down to the floor. All right, relax your arms down. Maybe you want to grab a quick sip of water. We'll do that same thing just one more time. So you really got to keep that core contracted, keeping that focus with your eyes and finding as much length as you can, which also helps you to really brace that core. And that's what's going to help you to bounce. I'm gonna take a quick sip, but little sips because we have that inversion coming. All right, this will be, pardon, the last of our standing moves, and then we're gonna hit the floor. Get psyched. All right, so either arms all the way up overhead, or I liked having my hands in my chest, so I'm gonna keep them right there. We're gonna bounce back on the original leg. Can you keep a slight bend in your knee? Notice if you completely locked that leg out. Go ahead, use your inhale, draw that knee up. Take that proud lift of your heart. We're going to open our leg out towards the side, extend it behind us, and come into your version of Warrior Three. So really work to get your chest and your hips squared to the mat. Notice if that hip was still really turned out towards the side. It's normal. That's why I'm asking you to notice. All right, so from Warrior Three, fingers reach down towards the floor. Find that nice tilt and use your inhale to lift that leg up. So once again, as you're lifting that leg up, think about staying square towards the mat as opposed to opening up towards the side, just helping you to find a little bit more stretch, a little bit more challenging range of motion. And then we're going to inhale back to our Warrior Three. So find that length, do your best. One more big breath. Draw that knee all the way up. Take a moment, bounce here. And then exhale. Release it down to the floor. Shake it out if you need to. That was hard, everyone. We got one more side. Find length through the crown of your head. Plant the feet on the floor. Awesome. All right, so I'm starting off with my other leg already bent. And my planted leg planted using your breath. Inhale, knee comes up. Exhale, leg comes out behind you, stretch towards the wall. Be the straightest line you can be. Hips squared to the mat, shoulders squared to the mat. Take a big inhale, find your length, and then exhale, fingers down towards the floor. Inhale, lift that leg up, nice big standing split. Exhale, find your way back into your Warrior Three. Inhale, draw that knee up. Hold it for just a sec. Let's take a breath here. Shoulders relax on your exhale. Inhale, find that length through the crown of your head. Pull your core in, and then toes come down to the floor. That was awesome. All right, make your way all the way down towards the floor. Have those weights nearby, but we're not going to use them for the first set. Oh, head rush. All right, so first up today, we're going to, what's that? Uncle Buck. We're like not friends lately. Okay, so first up, we've got 3 moves. We're going to do each for 30 seconds, then take a 30-second break, and then go through all 3 moves again. You just have to do each circuit 2 times. So we got a little like 4-minute circuit of sorts. All right, so first move is going to be the hundreds. We can either do the hundreds from tabletop, or if you're, feeling really strong, you can extend your legs, maybe have those legs a little closer towards the floor. I'm feeling pretty tight today. So I'm going to hang out right here in tabletop. Palms are going to face down towards the floor. You're going to keep that lower back down, but lift your shoulders, belly button back towards spine. We're going to pulse our hands. That's going to be move number 1. Move number 2, still working to keep those shoulders off of the mat. We got some knee pulls. So using your breath, double exhale and then switch. Double exhale. If you need to, you can always point your toes a little further up towards the ceiling. And if it's really uncomfortable for you to have your head lifted, do the same thing with your upper body all the way down to the floor. And then our last move is going to be flutter kicks. So maybe you tuck your thumb under your bum as you're working to get started. Just flutter kicking as low as you can go. You can either just flutter, maybe get a little bit of a butterfly. You got 2 times around, so maybe you do both. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First up with those hundreds to really glue that lower back down. And if you notice that you're having any discomfort in your neck and shoulders when you lift those shoulders up off the mat, it's probably because you're not squeezing your core enough. I know that sounds like mean and unhelpful, but I want you to really work to take that rounding out of your lower back and press it down onto the mat as much as possible. And it's easiest to do with those knees a little closer towards your chest. The more that you extend your knees out away from the center line of your body or straighten those legs, the more you have to work those abs to keep that lower back glued down. So if you're feeling pain in your neck, keep those knees drawn in. Really focus on keeping that core tight. Fred is flipping out. And let's go ahead and get started, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that break. We start in 3, 2, 1, begin. So I want you to think about inhaling for 5 pumps, exhaling for 5 pumps. I don't even know if we're gonna get to 100 because that's the whole goal of this. But right now, our other goal is going for 30 seconds. So you're looking towards the wall in front of you, not like down towards your belly or all the way up towards the ceiling. Oh, awesome. Next up, we got those knee pulls. So exhale, 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 exhale. I got my toes pointed, like I'm really reaching to touch that wall away from me. And we got one more move after this. It's going to be those flutter kicks. Keep those shoulders released away from your ears as best you can. Awesome. Tuck your thumbs if you need to under your bum. Get some sort of kick going. I'm getting a little gentle cross of those ankles. And if you want to, you can still work to keep those shoulders up off of the mat. Oh, makes it much harder. We got 8 seconds left, and then we got that 30-second break before we do each of these moves again. Remember, take a break. You're moving at the pace that works for you during these 30 seconds. So if you're doing a much slower flutter to really focus on keeping that lower back down, that's okay. We're starting back in with those hundreds. So start to get into position or prepare your mind. We got 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds. All right, now I'm going to start to get myself into that position, really pulling that lower belly in, stretch those fingers. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Come on, you got it. You're worth it. This is the last time through on each move. Can you lift those shoulders a little higher off the mat? Great. Release them for a sec. Come into these double knee pulls. Once again, working to get those ankles, those heels, as close to the mat as you can. Getting a little bit of an oblique twist here, enhancing it. You're welcome to join me for that as well. Awesome. We got our flutter kicks. So this time I'm going for just a flutter. Aren't you glad that we warmed up those ankles today? I know I am. I'm feeling this. My lower abs, so good. How about you? Ah, great. So let's take a little break. Go ahead, draw your knees in towards your chest. Really press your lower back down towards the floor. Stretch your elbows towards your hips. This time, do take a little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Maybe giving yourself double, triple chins to get as much of your back of the head and neck flat on the mat. Think about really stretching through the crown of your head, stretching through your glutes to the wall away from you. Awesome. Let's gently release out of it. Plant your feet down on the floor. Take a moment, windshield wipe your legs in opposite direction. Walk your feet out to be mat width distance apart. Let's take a nice little wide-legged bent knee spine twist. So arms out towards the side. Allow those knees to drop over to one side. My leg that's still by the mat is just hovering. FYI, lest you think I have both knees down on the floor. If you were able to, great. Inhale back through center. Exhale, drop to the other side. So good, everyone. All right, knees back up to center. I'm going to rock myself up for a moment so I can go ahead, grab those weights, and take a quick sip of water. Oh, we are doing so good on time. This is awesome. I already feel like my abs are gently burning. I hope you feel the same. Okay, so for our next teeny little circuit, we're going to hold these weights above our chest. Make sure you still have some room for those legs. So right here, we're going to go for a big straight leg scissor. So we already got a nice big flutter kick, but this time we're going to scissor those legs. If you want, you can even do both at the same time, a little bit more of a fluttery scissor, or you can do one heel drop at a time. And if you only have one weight, you're holding onto the weight right here at the dumbbell. And if it's too hard for you with those legs straight, I want you to bend your knees, but still get this nice little press of the chest. And you're just going to tap one leg down, and then you're going to tap the other leg down. It's your choice if you want to tap the ankle, which I think is a little bit more challenging, or the toe, which is a little easier if you're more of a beginner. The second move we're doing in this circuit is a lat pullover with a low crunch. I did not think about my space situation. All right, so knees are going to be bent. You're going to work to bring your arms all the way up overhead and tap the floor. Lower back is going to stay glued down on the mat as you sit yourself up and just reach or punch in the direction of your knees. So you're moving with a little bit more control for this one. You might even find that you want to bring the heads of the weights together for a little extra control, or challenge each arm a little bit more individually with those hands separate. So it's not a full sit up. I'm not using the weight of the weights to just pull my whole body up. I'm in control, working to just reach towards the knees. Ooh, that's a burn. All right, and then next up, we got kind of a reverse curl motion that's going to happen. So legs are going to go straight, both legs at the same time, and then work to curl them in, and you can gently drive that lower back off of the floor. All right, so we're starting off with our straight leg scissor. I hope that you are ready for it. I'm going to turn gently to make sure that you can see me. Oh, I'll turn all the way because I definitely have room, and this way I'm not like sticking my butt in your face. I think you can see me, right? Yeah. All right, internet. We start in 3, 2, 1 with that flutter kick. So either legs straight, alternating with those legs. You can have the heads of the dumbbell facing each other. You can have your palms facing each other, or you're doing one leg dropping at a time, lower back is staying down on the mat, or your knees are bent and either your toes or your heels or maybe a little combo of both are tapping down towards the floor. Awesome. Next up, we've got feet planted, arms come up overhead, and then lower back stays down on the mat. Reach towards or past those knees. Use that exhale, hold it. Get all of that stale air out of your diaphragm and chest as you reach those hands towards your legs. Remember, you can bring the weights together to make it a little bit easier right here. Cool. Next up, we have the reverse curl. So arms come up overhead, both legs go out, and then knees draw in towards your chest. Both legs go out. Once again, you're bringing those heels as close towards the floor as feels good for your body today. Keep driving. Oof, those shoulders towards the mat. Do you remember what's coming up next? It's those leg drops. Oh, abs. How you doing, everyone? Remember, you're just keep moving. Maybe you're moving a little bit faster. Maybe you're moving a little bit slower. Maybe you're moving in a smaller range of motion, but you're still going. That's what's important. Just a couple more breaths before we get to plant those feet. Plant your feet. Arms come all the way up. Lat pull over. Exhale. Reach to the knees. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale. Really find that squeeze at the very top. Just one more move. It's the both legs driving at the same time. Awesome. Arms right up overhead. Draw those knees in. Extend those legs out. Draw those knees in. Pull your belly in. Work with control. Extend those legs out. So I have my heels together. Soles of the feet touching the whole time here. Great work. Keep going. We made it. Take your time. Carefully lower those weights down. Let's roll over and come on into tabletop. Give yourself a couple cat cows right here. Hands, palms right underneath of your chest. Spread your fingers really wide like a starfish. I like to inhale on my cat and exhale on my cow, but I want you to do what feels natural for you. I think that that's the way it goes because I can make. Did we miss a move? Did we forget to take a break? Something happened. Well, in any event, we've made it to the cool down, everyone. And as I was saying, I can inhale and go like an angry Halloween cat, and I can exhale and go moo like a cow. So that's why I think the breath works like that. All right, take a couple twists side to side. Maybe really exaggerate, let your hips gently drop towards the side. Ooh. Get those nice stretches on the outside of your glutes. A little deeper into the shoulders. And then go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling, pedal through your heels for just a moment, get some nice stretches into the calves. We didn't really get to address those too much today. And the good news, bad news is we're done, everyone. That's all the time that we have together. I do encourage you to take some more stretches. Take your time as we come out of this one, walking your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Take a moment in your dangle as you firmly plant those feet on the floor. Bring that bend towards your knees. Start to lower your glutes. And really feel that nice rounding through that low back, which we haven't really enhanced today. This big rounding, separation gently of the shoulders, transferring hands towards thighs. Slowly roll yourself up. Shoulders stack on top of hips. Lift your chest, bend your knees once more. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Great. So I do hope that you will find some time, maybe even 1 minute every hour, if that's all you have, to find a stretch in your chair. Maybe you give yourself some cat cow at your desk. Maybe you take a nice little figure four while you're sitting. Maybe you stand up and give yourself a nice little hip opener. Oof, great little squeezes of the glutes. If you do try any of those that feel particularly amazing for you today, please let us know. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that I said or that we did, I hope that you'll reach out. Have a great rest of 2021 or whenever it is if, that you watch this video. Have a great total of 2022, and we'll work out together much more in the new year.